leadership training online. Check it out. And we have one more muster this year. It's in Sydney, Australia. All the other muster we did Chicago, sold out. We did Denver, sold out. We had to change the room around in Denver.
Yeah.
Because we had so much demand, so we changed the room around. That's not happening in Sydney. Sydney is absolutely going to sell out. Go to extremeownership.com if you want to come. I look forward to seeing you all in Sydney. And we're going to announce the 2020 dates pretty soon. How'd you like muster?
Oh, muster's amazing, man. So good. And, teams need to come together.
Yeah.
I've gone to events for years. There's nothing like muster. Running a business, there's nothing like muster. And I'll just tell you that you come as a leader, for sure. Mm-hmm. The value of bringing several of your other key leaders with you so you're all hearing the material together.
Yeah.
It's one thing to go individually. Sure, that's great. But the tendency is to come back like Moses coming down the mountain with the tablets. And you're fired up and everyone's like, okay. But when several of you hear it together, you can really implement change in your organization.
Yeah, that's a good call. And we've seen a lot more of that. There were some companies that brought 20 plus people to the muster.
Amazing.
And we set aside some seats so that they could be together, like you're talking about, like 20 plus people. And there's plenty of companies that brought 4.
Yep.
Brought 6. Some people come alone. That's fine too. But yeah, if you can bring a few people from your team and you can all hear it from the horse's mouth and you can all bounce these ideas off each other, it just adds that much more to the experience. And just kind of FYI, when we do these, we go to the hotels. The hotel people are like, this is the most incredible thing. This is the only event where when the doors open at 7:45 in the morning, after we do PT at 4:45, come back, shower, when there's people lined up waiting to get in there.
Yep.
And then the hotel staff will be like, everyone's so proactive and nice and, no one's rude. It's just like good people. It's awesome. Because what are people focused on? People are focused on getting after it, winning, and being good.
And I'll tell you too, just something I've seen, because you don't see this at other events. For those of you listening, Leif and Jocko they don't eat all day.
No.
Every break, so-called, Leif and Jocko are sitting there talking to everybody. And that's something, the feedback that I see consistently is people are like, wow, Leif and Jocko and all the instructors are so accessible.
Yeah.
So it's not like the sessions end and Leif and Jocko disappear back into their green room for a cup of tea.
Yeah.
They're out front meeting, so you get a lot of really good interaction.
I stopped saying no green room, but there is no green room at the muster. So we're there. If you want to come hang out, come hang out. That's what we're doing. And of course, right now we have EF Overwatch, and this was cool too to see this at the muster. People say, where can I get leaders that have these principles in their brain? How can I get them to my company? Well, believe me, Leif and I have been getting asked that for years. And so what we did was we created a company with Mike Sorelli, who's another Echelon Front guy, another one of our brothers from TU Bruiser. And he said, hey, look, he'd been working with veterans transitioning into the civilian sector, and he said, hey, let's rock this. And so that's what we did. Great idea from Mike. And so now we've got it. EF Overwatch, whether you're a special operations veteran or combat aviation veteran. And little newsflash, coming soon, we are opening it up. We got another wing of EF Overwatch we're about to bring online, which is going to be for everyone in the military, because the demand is so high. And look, you were in special operations, great. You got you've got great leadership experience. You know who else has great leadership experience? Infantry platoon commander, right? An infantry platoon sergeant. So we started with the community that we know it best. But the fact of the matter is, and you know this as well as anyone, the rest of the military, they're great people, they're great leaders, they have great experiences. So we're creating something right now that is going to open this up so we can plug in our great experienced military people from every branch, from every MOS, from every job specialty, and let them apply those leadership skills, that discipline, to the civilian workforce and make the veteran's life better and make America better, make the companies better. It's just a win-win. So we got that rolling out the next few months, but just a heads up on that one. And if you need more of this conversation, because 2 straight hours of me and Andrew Paul is not enough, then you can find us on the interwebs. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and we are on Dein Frusenbach. Andrew is the Andrew Paul, and I am at Jocko Willink. Andrew, you got any closing thoughts?
Get after it every day. I love your post. You know, none of us are promised tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Make as big of an impact you can every single day. I've had a lot of time to think about life, and particularly recently, passing of my grandfather and other friends of ours. At the end of the day, we're only here on this earth for a certain amount of time. And I think the biggest legacy that we can leave is how we impact the lives of other people. And that can be at a small level. It doesn't cost anything to say a kind word to somebody, to offer some encouragement, to show an act of kindness, to hold the door. That doesn't cost anything. And I think we can make a huge difference every day in just how we interact with other people, in kindness and in getting after it every single day. So that when I meet St. Peter at the pearly gates and I meet my maker, he says, well done, good and faithful servant.
Check. And it's interesting that ties right back into this premise that as a leader, one of the most important things, if not the most important thing that you can do as a leader, is care about your people. Now, we learn from military history, and those lessons are, of course, written in blood. Written in blood by the men and women around the globe that have served, that are currently serving, that protect our freedom every day. So thank you to all of them, our police and law enforcement and firefighters and paramedics and EMTs and dispatchers and correctional officers and Border Patrol and Secret Service and all the first responders out there. Same thing. Holding the line. Thank you all for keeping us protected here at home, and to everyone else out there, whether you're in the military or not, whether you're a first responder or not, whether you have a mission or you just have a job, no matter what situation you're in. It all starts when you start. When you actually start, when you take decisive action. That's what you need to do. You need to make it happen by getting up every day and getting after it. And until next time, this is Andrew Paul and Jocko